Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I think the timing of this hearing can be more appropriate with the ceasefire called just yesterday. For them to know that the eyes of Congress are watching and the American people are watching this, and it needs to stop. And I hope in that way, Mr. Chairman, that this committee can make a difference in this Congress by holding this very hearing, for them to know that we are watching this. Will hopefully prevail with the ceasefire that will take hold. But I wanted to ask a little differently the same question the chairman asked, Ambassador. You know, the 1948 Genocide Convention legally obligates states to prevent and to punish crimes of genocide. The EU's special envoy to the Horn of Africa and the Finnish foreign minister said that senior Ethiopian officials told him, quote, they were going to wipe out the Tigrayans for 100 years. Earlier this month, Administrator Power said that Ethiopia is, quote, destroying the reproductive health of Tigrayans, which calls into question whether conditions amount to a genocide. And then Secretary Blinken called this ethnic cleansing. Now, I know you can't answer this directly, and I'm at this issue, but in my judgment, when I look at the Genocide Convention and the requirements for it to be called a genocide, I think those requirements have been met. Do you have any response?
Thank you, Representative McCaul. I would simply say first that we do look forward to working with the committee and the Congress, as you indicated, and that this hearing is indeed well-timed. With respect to your specific point, as I indicated earlier, we have this fact and law-based review underway. We have pushed it at a very accelerated pace, and it is far advanced. The Secretary needs to make a decision, and when he's ready, that I'm sure will happen.
Yeah, well, thank you for that candid answer. Ms. Charles, I mean, you said 1 million people now are experiencing catastrophic food insecurity, millions more on the brink. And I guess the question is getting our humanitarian assistance in. There's been discussions about, securing the border so to block out any humanitarian assistance and NGOs from getting into the affected population. Can you tell us what the latest is and what are the plans on USAID's part to ensure that this assistance is provided?
Thank you for that question. And I also want to say the clear, united voice of Congress in raising the alarm bell around famine and the need for humanitarian access has been really important and consequential. As you said, nearly 800,000 people currently at catastrophic levels, possibly up to 2 million more at emergency levels of food insecurity. We've significantly scaled up our assistance since March and are working with partners not just on food assistance, but all the health and nutrition, the enablers that are necessary to prevent famine. But the next week and 2 weeks will really be quite consequential if this unilateral ceasefire holds and we're able to take advantage of this. We've pre-positioned food, but we need a couple of things to happen almost immediately. We need the government of Ethiopia to lift the communications blockout, which is still ongoing as of this morning, in order to enable our partners to get out. We need the Amharic regional forces to lift checkpoints on the 3 major arteries that we will need to move food on over the next several weeks. And we need to continue to press on our UN and our other donor partners to continue to scale up assistance as well.
Well, thank you, Ms. Sharon. I hope this hearing will provide some assistance to meeting the goals that you stated. And with that, I yield back.